So I want you to draw, if this is your paper, I want you to draw at the edge, right? Just a line segment, just like that. Just to draw that. Yes?
Down.
Yeah, just one little line segment.
Okay.
So have you done it?
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to tell you is a terminology that I kind of made up, but it will help you understand. We are going to square that line. So we are squaring a line. How do we do it?
Put a square around it? I don't know.
Yes, that's exactly what it's meant to do is make it into a square. So that is a line, and I want you to use that line to make a square. That means we're going to draw another line here of the same length, another line here of the same length, another line here, and we create a figure. And what is that figure?
Square.
A square. So that's basically what it is. Yeah, can you do that as well?
Yeah.
Right. Now, once you've done that, I'm going to draw another line, but this time it's split into two, right? But the size of each split is the same size. So I'm going to draw a line, right? Twice as long as this, yeah? Twice as long, so that's, yeah? So that means this is the first line, this is the second line. Can you draw that one as well?
Okay. Okay.
Right, have you done it?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we square this line that's been split into two. Right?
Okay.
Can you square them and see what you got? Right? So we square them, copying exactly. Yeah, so I'm going to do it on the now. So I'm going to do this. When I copy this whole line here, I put a line. So I'm copying exactly even the splitting. Right? Even the splitting. I'm copying even the splitting. Right. Have you done them?
Yep.
And what will happen is I'm going to connect these marks, the splitting mark. I'm going to connect them, and that would be to this and to this.
Okay.
Right? So we have one big square. And we have how many little squares?
4.
Yes. So here that's one small square. This is 4 small squares. Now, here's a question for you. Right? If I have a line here, a longer line that's been split into 3 parts. If I square that line, I'll make a bigger square. And within that bigger square, how many small squares?
9?
Yes.
I got it right.
Yes, you got it. So, well done for that. So because you just answered it, I'm just going to draw it. Yeah?
Okay.
So here you go. I have to have the same length, and this is really important. Right? This is really important. There. And then I connect them. Right? And you're right. If I connect them, I should have 9 squares. So here, watch this. Yeah? Really important. So here we have 1. Yeah? Here we got 4. And here we got 9. Now, I'm not going to start drawing there. Now we're just going to talk. And you have to imagine. So now, if I have a line, and I split that line into 4 parts, right? And then I square it, I'll make a big square. How many little squares would be there?
12?
Let me see.
No. 15?
Ah, Draw it. I want you to draw it.
25?
Oh, watch this, right? Watch this, right? Now, good, good. I like it. So now remember, you get this, this, this. I'm going to have a line. I'm going to split it into four pieces, right?
Yeah.
So here's so that will be 1, 2, 3, 4 splits.
Okay.
And then I square that, yeah? So watch,
Yeah.
I'll square that. So I just copy exactly that.
Okay.
And it's the same thing, so this one is in the middle, this one here is this one here is here. And then I copy this. Now,
Yeah.
I connect those little splits, right? There. So when I split it into 4 parts, I make 3 marks, right?
Okay.
Now we count how many it is, shall we? Together? Right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Oh, I was closer to 15.
Yes. So anyway, each line, this is 4, 4, 4, and 4. So 4, 8, 6, 4, 8, 12, 16. Now, so here we have 16.
Right.
So now, one more. If I have a line and I split it into 5 parts
Okay.
and then square that line, how many
Okay.
little squares would you have? Because when you square that line, you create a big square. How many little squares?
So I do 5 lines across.
So
and 5
remember, so you draw one line.
Yeah.
It should have 5 parts. Yeah. So when you have 5 parts, you split. You make 4 marks.
Oh, right. 4 marks. Okay.
Yes. And then you divide it into 5 parts.
Okay. 25.
Good. So here we have 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Now remember, how many splits have I told you with 25 little squares? How many splits was that each line?
4.
So there are 4 marks, right? 4 marks and 5 splits, yeah? 5 parts.
Yeah.
So in here, watch here, I split it into 2, but there's only 1 mark,
Yeah.
right? I split this into 3, but there's only 2 marks. And in here, I split it into 4, but there's only 3 marks. And in your drawing there, you split it into 5, but there are only 4 marks.
Yeah.
Now, in the next question, if I split a line into 6 parts, how many marks would that be?
5.
Yes. Now, great. I like this because you start to imagine and think. So that line you split into 6 parts, you have 5 marks. If you square that line, you'll make a big square. How many little squares would go in?
Okay.
The correct answer is 36. Because you get the idea, we'll proceed to the next lesson. Your homework is if I split a line into 7 parts, yeah, that means 6 marks. And we form that into square. How many little squares would go in?
For 7.
Yeah, for 7.
Okay.
And then, so don't do it now, but this is going to be your work. What you just have, these numbers, and I think you probably done it in your previous school, but I do it anyway because you forget, right?
Yeah.
Those numbers, yeah, because they form a square within square, we call those square numbers. So yes, does it make sense?
Yeah.
These are square numbers. So if you don't see this, yeah, pretend that you don't see this. Yeah, 1, 4, 9, 16, and the next one was 25. 25, and then the one that you mentioned, 36. So if I ask, this is the first square number. Yes, this is the second square number. This is the third, and this is the third square number, the fourth square number, this is the fifth, this is the sixth, and what I'm trying to ask you now is what are the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th square number?
Okay.
Yes, is the work very clear? Now, we're going to proceed to our next lesson.